Hi, I'm Jody Adams. Welcome to Rialto. I want to tell you about a special at Rialto this summer, lobsters for $29 to support our local lobstermen. And today I'm going to show you how to break down a cooked lobster so you can do it at home. It's a beautiful 1¼ pound lobster, and I'm going to show you how to get all of the meat out of the shell. I like to start by grabbing the claws and removing them and working on the claws first. So a lobster claw has a lot of spiky things here. Will rip your hands apart if you're not careful. So I like to work with them facing away from me. But first I want to get rid of the shell that's covering the pincer. Open up the pincer and just break it gently, kind of wiggle back and forth. No dramatic pulling or you risk having the pincer meat stay inside. And there, if I'm lucky, pretty much luck. Then I'm going to remove the outer shell of the main part of the claw. I take a knife, angle it away from me, and give a whack. This is a hard shell lobster, so it's going to take a bit of an effort. And then a second whack here, being careful not to cut through the meat. Now, the cartilage is still inside the lobster. I'm going to pull that out. And lucky me, I still have a whole claw. Okay. Now to get to the meat in the knuckles, hold the major part of the knuckles here and then pull off the bottom piece there and then break them. And you can either, depending on what your comfort level is, you can either push the meat out with your fingers, and again, being careful, here are the spiky things, don't put your fingers right on the spikes, like that, or if you'd rather use a knife or something, this is a butter knife, and this will pull out the meat very nicely, breaks it up just a tiny bit, but there we go. Okay, and then repeat with the second side. First, break the cartilage connection and then gently wiggle out the pincer. Give it a whack. And if the claw doesn't want to come out, just run a dull knife like that. Pop it out and remove the cartilage. Separate the knuckles, and you can push them out with your finger. Sometimes. Or, if you don't like doing that, you can use a butter knife to pull the meat out. Which, as you can see, sometimes you risk breaking up the meat if you do that. So I like to use my fingers. Okay, so I've shown you how to do a lobster tail, clean a lobster tail, so you have a whole beautiful piece. There's an alternative way. If you're going to split the lobster anyway, you can split the lobster tail by angling a knife up and just cutting straight down through the tail like that, and then you open it up and you have two beautiful halves. So here we have a beautifully cleaned lobster, 2 whole claws. I was lucky. The pincers didn't break off, sometimes they do. 4 knuckles and a beautiful tail. Ready for a salad, ready for a pasta dish, ready for whatever you want to do with it.